wild.
Speaking of fish, dude, did you see, Forrest, that the fucking coelacanth somehow got... My 9-year-old niece, who just got her first cell phone, texted me the article about the coelacanth. And I didn't realize that, like, people didn't know the coelacanth was extant. But
what?
You know what I mean?
So I saw the article.
Can someone tell
around.
me what a coelacanth is, please? Real quick.
A sycophant is you. A coelacanth is a prehistoric fish that people thought was extinct for like 65 million years, and then it was sort of discovered. Some dead ones have cropped up. But it made the news this week for some reason.
So I did see it floating around, but it was while I was in Africa with limited service, so I didn't even open it. What was the story? Was it that they found a live one, or was it just like a sensationalist headline that this animal's still around and people didn't understand that?
They found a live one in the Indian Ocean off the coast of Madagascar, and they're saying that this little pocket might actually be like a place where there's a lot of coelacanth, they think.
Okay. Wow.
And so then they went and reviewed some Madagascar fishery bycatch, basically gill nets, and they found 34.
Oh, wow.
Coelacanth.
That's a ton. Holy crap.
In gill nets.
So that's the real news.
So do you know if that live one, they kept it alive? Because as far as I know, there's never been a live one in an aquarium or anything.
That I don't actually know. Let me see. I'll look while you talk about the coelacanth.
Oh, good. I'm just pulling it up. But yeah. So the coelacanth is a prehistoric fish. My grandfather has a deep connection to them, Retep. It's one of the reasons I got into what I do, because he didn't find the first one ever. He found one of the first ever whole non-rotten specimens of one on a fish market on a table in a fish market in the Comores, and that was like a scientific achievement to find this big fish whole and not rotten and not just fragments of it. And he had it flown down to the Salisbury Museum, which at the time was now Harare, but at the time was Salisbury, and it was preserved and all of that, and it was like a big deal for like 5 days. It was like, hey, this guy found this fish in a market. Which I thought was always a super cool story that my granddad saw something was like, that's weird. Anyway, it's interesting how things like that will make the news, right? So I don't know. So it's a sensationalist headline, right? It's like, coelacanths are still here. Everyone in the scientific world and like most people that have any knowledge of fisheries and fish know that, right? Yeah. But it's like that made the round. So I'm wondering, is there a bunch of interns at these news magazines who are like, fresh out of college, and they've got like a media degree, and they're like, whoa, this is a cool fish. And so they just like pick it up and share it. And it ends up doing these massive rounds that just like don't make any sense, because it's like, we all know this is not actually news, but everybody's posting it and sharing it because they feel like they have something.
Yeah, probably. And here's a crazy thing. Yes, so the one they found is alive. There's a picture in the article of a tank. I messed up. They said as of May, there had been 334 caught in these nets. Which
334.
Which, by the way, the nets are there to catch sharks that they want to eat. But
nice.
But it's so crazy to think that the coelacanth goes back 420 million years. So to think that this fish shared the waters with Megalodon, with plesiosaurs.
It's crazy.
This thing swam around when all of that shit was in the ocean, and it's still around while all of that went extinct. It's pretty crazy if you think about it.
It is. It really is. I mean, dinosaurs were around then too. Or sorry, dinosaurs. Crocodiles.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't changed in their evolution. And sorry, go ahead.
I just didn't realize crocodiles went back 400 million years. That's insane.
I don't think it's that long, but let's see. Crocodile, I'm looking it up. I think it's like 50 or 60.
Gotcha. 200 million. 200 million
200 million.
years.
So not 50 or 60 million.
Fucking
but I mean,
hell, man.
Think about like every crocodile we've ever seen basically has not changed evolutionarily in 200 million years. So these same swimming lizards that are around today were around, when dinosaurs were walking on the planet, which is it is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't need to change. They're meant to do one thing. That's just, and they do it well.
Yep,
they're very stupid, but they'll hunt and kill and eat. I believe you're the one that told me that. They're just like the best predator at just getting their food, and that's all they really need to do. And then
so evolution is derived by necessity, right? You only change when you have to change. They don't have to. They're perfect,
Right.
so to speak. They've never had to change because they're just perfect. They can go long periods of time without food. They can survive being basically fully frozen. They thrive in a hot environment. They're incredibly cryptic. They can go a year without eating. If they go longer, they just go to sleep until they see food again. Like, they have incredible night vision.
Wait, is that true? Wait, so like if they're asleep, they can somehow sense like a food?
Sort of. That's a very rudimentary way of explaining it. But crocodiles will go into a state called torpor, where they slow down their metabolism and their heartbeat and everything, and basically just like go limp or go dormant until a food item walks in front of them, and then they like snap to life and kill it and eat it, and then they're back. And it's just like,
it's a great
they're
life.
just perfect.
Really
man.
is.
They're just insane.
Wild times.
So if you want more behind the scenes stuff that we cannot show on YouTube, Darwin Awards, video breakdowns and reviews, check out the Patreon. It's full of hours and hours of incredible exclusive content, stuff that you guys are gonna love. Swipe up, click the link, do the thing, come and hang out on Patreon. See you guys there.